Appointment setting and winning signed broker of record letters is hard. But it's not impossible, and frankly, it's not as difficult or as challenging as maybe you've been making it for yourself. What I'm going to do in today's podcast episode is I'm going to have two halves here, on what we're going to be talking about. The first one has to do with how can you set more appointments and then turn those into signed broker of record letters on your behalf. Appointment setting, that's what we're going to talk about. The second thing is something that I'm releasing, that I am launching, that has been sort of like 2 years in the making now, and I'm taking the consulting company to the next level. And what this is that I work with a lot of insurance buyers as their insurance consultant. They hire me to manage the insurance program on their behalf. What I have been doing in the past has been one thing, but now I'm just going to be introducing insurance agents to come and take over the insurance policies for these clients. If you're interested, stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Millionaire Insurance Producer Podcast. My name is Charles Specht, and again, thank you for being here, for letting me speak into your earballs for a little bit, just to kind of talk about some of the things that we are discussing here on this podcast. By the way, you might be listening to the audio version of this podcast. I actually am recording video of it as well, and I put it on the Permission Sales YouTube channel. So go to Permission Sales, the YouTube channel, and you're going to see all of the most of the prior podcast episodes that I've done as well over the last several years. There's some other things as well, but I would love for you to be able to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I really appreciate that. Today, we're going to talk about two things. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be two halves. One, appointment setting, and then two, how do we actually just get the broker of record letter for accounts either that you've set the appointments for, or if I was to bring you in and just take over the insurance for some of my clients. Okay? Let's talk about the first part first. Appointment setting. Appointment setting, frankly, is hard. Appointment setting is really hard. In fact, today, I think I had about 7 or so one-on-one coaching calls with clients, and at least 3 of those were really kind of focused on the challenge of appointment setting. And yeah, appointment setting is hard, isn't it? I mean, it's just flat out difficult. It's challenging. Wouldn't it be great if somebody else set appointments for you? That would be wonderful. That would be great. You could do it. You could hire somebody else to do it. Most of you can't, because it's either not in the budget or, you can't do it. You have to do it yourself. I get it. Today, I have interviewed 2 different telemarketers to make telephone calls for me to schedule appointments for consulting clients for myself. I'm going to be hiring another 1 or another 2 from another person that I know who does this, and I'm going to be getting probably 3 to 4 different telemarketers, paying them money to schedule appointments for me for my construction clients going forward. It's just like I'm taking off. Instead of me having to do it myself, I'm just outsourcing it to get it done. Well, you can do that. You can outsource it. You can do it yourself. But it's a different industry than selling insurance. You have 2 industries that you signed up for when you became an insurance agent. They marketed you to come into this industry as an insurance producer, to sell and service insurance products. Yeah, great. But you can't do that until you get somebody who wants to meet with you. So the first insurance career you have actually has nothing to do with insurance. It's just appointment setting. And literally, as I just said, you can outsource all of your appointment setting. And the ones that I'm doing are outsourcing it to different countries. I'm outsourcing my telemarketing to people who are in different countries. They're not insurance licensed. They're not insurance people. They don't even understand the insurance products. I got to train them on that and train them on the scripting and so forth. But all I'm saying is that you don't have to have an insurance license to set appointments. It's not insurance. It's the first career. Your second career is what you signed up for, but you can't do your second career until you first do your first career. That's what really we're talking about here. And appointment setting is hard. What the real issue is, however, isn't the appointment setting. It's that your hit ratio is probably trash when it comes to actually turning the made appointment into a new client. That's the problem, is that Yeah, we want to set more appointments, sure, because even if you had a trash percentage of turning that appointment into a new client, well, if you can just set more appointments, you're going to get more clients. Well, I think that we kind of have two problems. We have an appointment setting problem, and then we also need to figure out how to turn those appointments into new clients at a much quicker rate. So if you average 25, 30, 35% as a hit ratio to turn those prospects into clients, then I would say trash. That's trash. That's a trash ratio of turning your prospects into clients. Bad. Huge waste of time. You're telling me that if you have a 25% hit ratio, that you're willing to waste 3/4 of your life, your insurance career, you're willing to waste 3/4 of your insurance career, what you're doing between 8 and 5, waste 3/4 of that day just by working on stuff that's never going to become your client? Like, that's a waste of time. I could think of a lot of other things that make more sense than doing that. So we need to get that trash rate of 20, 30, 35% up to probably like 75 or 80%, if not higher. Now, you do that through micro niching. You do that through really being seen by your insurance buyer as being in their industry. But the appointment setting needs to be something that you do and do regularly, consistently, and persistently. And if you're not, then smack your hand and stop that nonsense right now, because this is your money, this is your goal, this is your career. So you need to make sure that you're actually doing it adequately and wisely. What I say works the best is that do your first career first and your insurance career second. In other words, if you work from 8 to 5, then maybe as soon as you come into the office, you don't check your second career email. You just start making telephone calls immediately at 8 a.m. And you do that from 8 to 10. Make your prospecting phone calls and do your prospecting emails and so forth, whatever, from 8 to 10. And you don't do the second career. You don't do apps. You don't return telephone calls to current clients. You don't respond to emails to underwriters. You're just really being consistent at doing your prospecting at a certain time every single day and front loading at the first part of the day. And then once 10 o'clock comes, then you can start your second career of being an insurance agent. Then you can do your apps. Then you can do quoting. Then you can gather loss runs. You can do all of that at 10 a.m. Trust me, there's nothing that can't be pushed off for a couple of hours, but the thing that you can't push off is your prospecting, because you're going to have empty pockets and you're going to have your house repossessed. And you don't want that. You want to make money. And so you need to be consistent at setting appointments. Well, you need to start saying things then that your prospects want to hear. You're not trying to sell insurance on the cold call or the email. You're trying to schedule the appointment. You're trying to meet with somebody. And then when you meet with them, then you're uncovering problems. You're presenting your solutions. You're asking for the carriers you want to represent. You're asking for the signed broker of record letter and so forth. You're doing that in the first appointment. But in your first career, you're just trying to set appointments. So understand, it's not selling insurance. So what you have to do in this first part to set appointments is that you need to start saying things that your prospects want to hear. You're a stranger to them. They don't even know you. They've never met you before, likely. They don't care about you. You're calling them just sort of like blind, cold, right? So what you have to do then is speak to the major issues at hand as far as the insurance buyer thinks is the problem. Stop saying we're a nice agency. Stop saying we have great people. Stop saying I want to come and learn more about your business. Just stop that nonsense and start speaking to the main problem based upon not having a relationship with somebody. You providing better service is probably not going to be enough to have them set an appointment with you. It might be true, but unless they feel like they've got a major problem with their insurance agent, it's probably not going to be strong enough. You having better coverage might be true, but it's likely not going to be something that somebody's willing to meet with you about, because most insurance buyers don't understand insurance coverage. They assume they are covered. Maybe they've never had a claim in their entire lives. So they assume insurance is great, we're all good. So you providing better service and better product is likely going to mean you're going to go bankrupt if that's what you're using to try to set appointments. It's not going to work. Now, there's, I think, sort of like offshoots of those things maybe you can do, but trust me when I say price plus something is going to set more appointments for you. The numbers don't lie. Everybody is concerned about how much they pay. Can you help them lower their costs on workers' compensation? Can you help them reduce their experience modification so that their checks that they're spending and writing to the insurance carriers every month go down? Price plus something. Maybe we're able to help construction companies lower their insurance costs on workers' compensation because we have a unique renegotiation strategy that nobody else utilizes. We are able to help furniture manufacturing companies reduce their general liability insurance coverage premiums by as much as maybe 30 to 35% through two things. We have access to a carrier that not a lot of other agents have access to, plus we have a renegotiation strategy with underwriters that nobody else is utilizing. So it's price plus something. I'm telling you, if you do price plus something in your prospecting, then send me a check for $1,000 because you know what? This is free. It's costing me money actually to do this podcast. It's not a lot, but it costs, about $500 a month for me just to have it edited and everything. So send me a check for $1,000. If you start utilizing it and you start making some money, then send me a check for $1,000. But I'm telling you, if you utilize the script of price plus something, you're going to set a lot more appointments and then thank me later. Maybe don't send me a check for $1,000, but if you come through Nashville, give me a call and let's have some barbecue. Let's just get together, hang out. But that's it. I'm telling you, if you do that, price plus something, you're going to set more appointments. You literally will set more appointments. Or just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. If you feel like you're getting really good results, thumbs up to you. But if you feel like you're not really setting too many appointments and your hit ratio is trash, then you might want to try something different. Because doing the same thing and just getting the same results and not trying something different, it's not very wise. Not very wise. Setting appointments is everything. And if I can tell you another thing is that I would encourage you to never offer quotes to a non-client ever again. Just keep prospecting. Do lots of walk-in visits. Walk-in visits, I'm telling you, works way better than cold calls. It does. Works way better than cold calls. Just keep meeting with people. Keep setting appointments, meeting with people. Just keep doing walk-in visits. Meet with these prospects. Uncover all the problems they have. Show them your time out of services. Show them your solutions. Ask for the signed broker of record letter, exclusivity going forward. And if they say no, then that's okay. Just push the pause button and go to the next one. Keep setting appointments. Just keep setting appointments. Never work on something. Never go through a quoting process with somebody who doesn't trust you. You will save so much time because it's likely that you're spending anywhere from about 4 to 24 hours working on an account that you're quoting by driving back and forth. Maybe you drive back and forth, it's an hour each way, that's 2 hours back and forth. You meet with them twice, that's 4 hours. Meet with them 3 times, that's 6 hours. Plus gathering all the loss runs, doing everything else. I'm telling you, just like on one account, you're going to spend anywhere from 4 to 24 hours working on it. I say stop that nonsense, use that time just to keep setting appointments and find people who want to choose you. You're going to be happier. Your team will be happier. Your account managers will be happier because they're not working on stuff for your trash win ratio. If you're only hitting 1 out of 3, 33% hit ratio, means your account managers are spending, likely, a huge amount of their time working on stuff for you, and you're not even going to get it. How much wasted time do we have at insurance agencies? Really is ridiculous after all said and done. There's a better way to do this. You don't have to do it how everybody has always done it. You can think outside of the box a little bit and be different. But that's appointment setting. You don't have to quote on stuff that doesn't trust you. Appointment setting, price plus something, works better. Now, let me make a transition into phase 2. Transition into phase 2. What if I could just introduce you to insurance buyers out there who want to have a different agent? And if I just introduce you and they make you their agent, wouldn't that be cool? Right? How nice is that? Isn't it nice to get referrals? You like referrals? Can I give you referrals? Because that's what I want to do. I want to start giving good insurance agents, good insurance agencies referrals. That's what I want to do. I want to start giving you referrals. I have lots of different construction companies and some business owners, different industries, who I work with as the insurance consultant. Well, what I've done in the past is I simply just work with the agents that are sort of in that geographic territory. Have to interview people and so forth. I'm kind of done with that. I told you that over the course of now a 2-year period, I've been kind of building up to this point, and now we're here. I'm going to be pulling back, not doing as much one-on-one coaching with individual accounts. I still serve as chief sales officer for a number of different insurance agencies. I'm going to be doing that on steroids right now, because here's what I'm going to be doing. This isn't open for everybody. What I'm about to say is not open for everybody. And it's not open for you if you're just a producer at your agency. You're going to have to get management involved if they want to do this. But I'm probably only going to do it with about 5 to 10 different insurance agencies for maybe the next year or so. And I'm going to bring on certain agencies that either already have a certain sort of expertise inside construction or maybe something else that I'm also going to be doing. And they're going to be a part of my group. And the goal is, with all of these different, consulting clients that I have, yeah, maybe I can work with our current agent, whatever, that's fine. But you know what? I already have a few different insurance agents who know exactly what it is that needs to be done. We already know exactly which carriers have to do this. And I'm going to be introducing them to you, working with my clients just to assign over their insurance to you, because I know we're going to be able to get it done right. I'm already going to work on knowing which carriers are going to be right in the business. Like, that's what we're going to do. Now, if you're interested, okay, you're going to reach out to me. Charles@permissiongroup.com. Send me an email and just let me know that you're interested in this. But few things. Initially, I'm just going to start with California. Just California. And it's likely going to be predominantly construction, but we are going to look at some other things as well. I don't care where you're located. You don't have to be in California, but you need to be able to write a business in California, and you're going to have to prove it to me. You can write business in California, because I would like for you to be in California. That'd be perfect, but you don't have to be. But I'm only going to pick about maybe 5 to 10 different agencies to do this, and then that's it. I'm not picking anybody else for maybe a few years. And so I'm only going to be referring the right types of accounts to come in. This is probably going to result in several $100,000 of commission to your agency each year, gross commission, because I typically am hired by these companies when they're usually paying a couple $100,000 of premium for all their policies: GL, work comp, auto, property, umbrella, and so forth. Yep, there's accounts that are like maybe 7,500 grand and so forth, but usually they don't hire me if they're that size. So they're a little bit bigger. So if you are interested in this, you have to likely be an agency owner or principal. And I'm only doing this likely with people who are in management or ownership at the agency. This is not going to be something where I bring in an agency and then you sort of assign like your newer producers to me for this. Nope. Why would I do that? Why in the world would I do that? So I'm only going to be referring my consulting clients to agents who've been around the block a few times, who know what they're doing, who understand how this thing works, who understand how insurance works, who have a seasoned book of business. So it's likely going to be agency owners and principals and partners. It's got to be the cream of the crop. And I'm only going to work with one producer at an agency. That's it. I'm not working with 2. I'm working with 1. It's likely going to be the owner of the agency. So if you, as an owner of an agency, want to have me just refer these clients to you, well, then let's have a conversation. Charles@permissiongroup.com. My preference is to work with smaller agencies, smaller to medium-sized agencies. I'm not going to be doing this with bigger agencies. Too much red tape there. I'm just not going to be doing it. But smaller to medium-sized agencies where you wouldn't mind bringing on $100,000 to $200,000 of new business commission by you not having to do any prospecting, by just broker of record letter for the most part. If that's where you're at and you want to have access to this, then reach out to me quickly, because I'm going to be making my choices on what are going to be the 5 to 10, and it's probably going to be like 6. I'm just kind of looking at 6 maybe agencies, maybe 7, that are going to be the agencies that I place these accounts with, because I think it's just going to be better for everyone across the board. It's going to be better for me. It's going to be better for the insured. It's going to be better for you. So this is going to be a very unique, select group of agencies. Like I said, you don't have to be in California, but you have to be able to write in California, and you're going to have to spend some time writing business in California. But this is going to be very lucrative across the board. So if that's you and you're interested in not just set appointments, but having accounts referred to you, and you're at a small, medium-sized agency, and you are either the agency owner or in primary leadership, because I'd rather just work with the agency owners and have this done. It just makes a whole lot more sense. Everything's cleaner. Plus, me being able to refer my clients to the CEO, or the president of an organization is just, it's an easier conversation for me to have with these construction companies. If that's you, reach out to me, charles@permissiongroup.com. If it's not, no harm, no foul. I will probably be doing this just in California for the first maybe year and a half. I'm probably going to open it up to a few other states after that, but this is what we're going to do in California. I've been putting it together. It's ready. I'm excited about it, and it might be you. And if it's you, imagine what could be done over the course of several years as just keep referring stuff to you, keep bringing you in, and so forth. It's just going to be really good all the way around. If you feel like this is a great opportunity, okay, it's going to require something from you. We'll talk about it when you reach out to me. I'm going to have you sign a disclosure so that you don't share this information. We're going to talk about what it means, what it might cost you, and what it all entails. But I can tell you it's going to be very lucrative for those who get into this group. Charles@permissiongroup.com is what to email me. So in this podcast episode, I said this is a different one. Setting appointments is your most important thing you have to do as an insurance producer initially. It's not easy. I understand it's not easy. But you also can't not do it. You have to do it. Because unless you have a steady inpouring of referrals and centers of influence, it's just not going to work for you to not do prospecting. So you have to do it. And you don't have any commission coming in if you're not coming in first place with your prospects. So you have to set appointments and win business. Appointment setting, very challenging, very important. You can get better at it. You absolutely can get better at it. And then you got to work on your closing rate, the closing rate from turning that prospect into a client. If it's less than, I would say, at least 50%, but more likely than 60%. If it's less than 60%, you're not micro-niched. I can tell you you're coming across as a generalist. That's why. If you're like only getting one out of two, something like that, 50%-ish, then they're not seeing you as the go-to agent. You got a branding problem, a marketing problem. They're not seeing you as the reason or which agent to do business with in your state. So micro niche producers are usually 60% or better, but I really feel like if you're truly micro niche, you're doing what you're doing, you should be able to turn those clients or prospects into clients about 85 to 90% of the time, if not more than that. But that's what you have to do. The second part, if you want me just to refer my consulting clients to you, you take those over by broker of record letter, get sort of like just one of the better clients that maybe you can get out there. Reach out to me, charles@permissiongroup.com, and we'll talk about what it would look like to have your agency come into my group. And I'm looking forward to seeing who these might be. So my name is Charles Specht. I'm the president and CEO of Permission Network, where I teach and train insurance agents just like you how to build a $1 million or more book of business through signed broker of record letters. And as an insurance consultant, I help construction companies lower insurance costs by as much as 55% in the very first year through a unique renegotiation strategy that I utilize that most agents in the state don't even realize exists. It's amazing what can be done when you have a really good one-liner tagline. Wonder how many appointments you could set if you had a really good one-liner tagline. My name is Charles Specht. I'm the president and CEO of Permission Network, where I teach and train insurance agents just like you how to build a $1 million or more book of business through signed broker of record letters. This is the Millionaire Insurance Producer Podcast.